Hi, it's Steve from John Miller Garden Machinery. Today I'm going to show you how to fit your brush cutting blade onto your brush cutter or strimmer. We're going to be doing it on this Stihl Kombi unit, but 99% of strimmers and brush cutters work on a very, very similar principle. Yep, we're going to take this nylon head off, fit the blade on. So if you're going to be tackling anything more than grass, heavy weeds, nettles, brambles, the blade is far more efficient in cutting and clearing that undergrowth. So we're going to be popping on a two-bladed Stihl blade onto this Kombi attachment, and I'll talk you through how that's done. So the first thing to do is to locate the locking hole that will lock the head up. Obviously, if we keep turning this, it will never become undone. So we need to lock the gearbox up. So we'll take an Allen key or a small metal bar, and on this machine, the hole is in the top to lock the gearbox up. On some machines, it will be in the side. They can be at any position around the gearbox, but this one is on the top. We'll turn the head until it locks. And then the important thing to remember, this is an anti-clockwise thread. So we're going to do it clockwise to loosen it. So we'll turn the head round, and that will come off in the complete piece, and put that to one side. Now, when you get to this point, it's important to check there is a blade boss on the bottom. This plate sometimes gets left out on assembly. So we can see here, there's the raised section for the blade to mount on, and we'll pop the blade on and it will fit snugly over that boss. Just be a little bit careful. They do have a habit of moving across, and if you try and run the machine like that, it will shake out of your hands and do some damage. So we'll make sure that's over the boss there and nice and central. So then we'll take the splined clamping washer. This is a beveled washer, helps prevent it coming loose, and this is the part that will generate the pressure to hold the blade in place. Sits over the splines and locks in. Then we'll take the riding cup. Again, this is a part that lots of people forget or don't bother to put on. What this does is sits over next, and it protects the thread and the nut from contact with the ground. If that's not on, this thread becomes worn and damaged, and then you're into stripping the gearbox out, which is either an expensive or a timely job if you're doing it at home. So the protection cup goes on, and then the correct left-hand threaded nylock nut goes on, and we're going to take that anti-clockwise to tighten it up. Then the plug spanner that comes with the machine is the correct fitting for this nut, and we'll just tighten that up. It doesn't need to be murder tight because the machine's going to be rotating the other way. It shouldn't come undone, but just pinch it up by hand. No need to put an impact gun or a big bar on it. I always like to give them a spin just to make sure it's sat on the boss correctly and it's nice and centralized. The last thing to do is to remove the lower skirt from the guard. This has got the nylon line blade cutter on it. The blade is a lot higher than where the nylon line would cut. So by removing this plastic skirt off of most guards, you're able to get it much closer to the ground. And that just removes by using your bar again. Ooh. Inserting it into that hole, and then the guard will one's a little bit tight, will slide out of the way like so. There you go. You can now see you're going to be able to get the blade closer to the ground. A little handy tip I've come up with over the years. These components here always get lost in the shed, and people tend to forget which order they went in and how many parts they would have. So I always tell all our customers, when you've taken the blade kit off, the first thing to do is get a piece of string, a high-tech tool, and then feed your components on in the order they came off, including the blade. Tie a little knot, hang it up on a nail in the shed. That way you've got it in the right order, all the bits together, and you're not going to be nipping off to the local dealer Saturday afternoon when you should be brush cutting to buy a very expensive small part. Thanks for watching this video. If you've got any strimmer heads you'd like to know the easiest way of loading up, don't forget to drop us a message. But check out all our other videos. We're trying to build up a library of all the different strimmer heads and how to load them up, how to change the blades over. So once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.